Are you ready to take your investment game to the next level? Introducing Digital Investor, your ultimate guide to mastering the digital marketplace. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, Digital Investor brings you cutting-edge game theoretical strategies, expert insights, and real-time tips and tactics to analyze, evaluate, invest, and grow your wealth. Don't miss out on the digital revolution. Visit www.nickblacknex.com and start your journey with Digital Investor today.
Got that gong. You done been gonged.
Oh boy.
Isn't it weird to wake up on a Monday and you haven't seen your net worth cut in half?
I don't know what's happening. It's odd, and you know what's even more odd, I guess, and maybe I could be just this is just me spitballing too, is all the TA guys said we were going down further for some reason. They said 3,000 Ethereum by the end of this weekend.
Yeah,
is what
Peter Schiff said we're in a bear market because he sure understands crypto.
Yeah, I just don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm confused. That's why I'm confused. The TA guys told me something different. So
yeah. Well, they know.
I don't know.
They know better.
Whatever.
They knew that one dude was going to sell last Sunday at 318. They knew that. That was in their.
Well, given
it was in the Fibonacci retracements and the vertical backslashes and stupid shit. These guys, man.
Yeah, dead giveaway. Oh, 100%. 100. These guys.
Again, this should, for some people, it should illustrate not panicking. And if you do panic, the panic better be to bolster your position. As a for instance, I didn't panic, but I got money ready in case there was some catastrophe and I needed to bolster my Morpho position. Now, I also haven't borrowed so much against my Ethereum that I can't bolster my Morpho position. So, for those of you that are taking a kind of leverage and they're kind of repositioning those leveraged funds and making money off those funds, however you're doing it, you got to be careful. And when the fit hits the shan, like it did pretty much for 5 days straight last week, until like Friday morning around like 9 o'clock in the morning, when what CPI came out, it was just a kind of a nothing burger. A lot of people were 5 days in a row that grinding down. If you have one bad day and then the market's just flat or whatever, you're like, okay. But when it grinds down for 5 or 6 days straight, it brings the madness out of a lot of people. What is it? The saying that what did King Lear say? This way madness lies. Yes. So it's like that. So you have to be very careful that you don't succumb to that emotional panic. And I know some people who did, and I know some people who are sidelined in stablecoin right now that were waiting, and that didn't work out. So you just gotta be careful. Yeah, just listen. Here's what rookies do: they buy when things are going up, and they sell when things are going down. And they end up buying higher than most people and selling lower than most people. And if you buy high and sell low,
that doesn't math.
I don't know that works out over time.
Yeah.
Like it's like the guy that says, I lose a little on every deal, but I make it up in volume.
Yeah, that doesn't scratch out, does it? Yeah.
I was going to say, Brandon, what was your tactic last week when things were kind of yucky? What was your tactic? Like, what kinds of things were you doing with your portfolio?
Well, I did want to addendum to that. Both you and I are in the same boat because even though we do get the loans over at Morpho, like let's just say I lend, $1,000 worth of ETH and I borrow $500. I'll take that $500 out and I'll put it in the options or whatever. But typically I'll have that $500 in addition on crypto that isn't lent out, just like you said, because I want to be able to pay that off in a heartbeat if I need to, because I don't want to get liquidated. I think if you're borrowing that $500 and you don't have it hedged elsewhere, I think that's a little bit more risky. That's kind of like leverage, right? That's kind of like hedged leverage. And I think that's a little bit more dangerous. And I think that's where you could get into trouble or you could get liquidated. What was I doing over the weekend? What was I doing over the last week? I think I did, let's see, what did I do differently? I didn't do much else over the week. I didn't move anything around on my portfolio. I was still in a lot of my ETH stuff from the prior week, and I didn't get shaken out because all those TA guys told me to, so I'm good. I'm happy. I guess that in itself is kind of a move, so I kind of just held on.
Yeah, Patsy mostly did what you're supposed to do when markets sell off, and especially when markets sell off on no information. I mean, again, and I said this this is why I didn't understand why things were selling off last week. I was like, okay, I get it, like on Monday, but past Monday, I was wrong for a while. I was wrong for 4 days, but it didn't make sense to me. I'm like, okay, even cascading liquidation shouldn't go this far. But right. We have to factor in that there is a new dynamic. There is a new kind of ultra high leverage that's become very famous very quickly, thanks to CZ and Hyperliquid and stuff. There's this new sector. So before it was most of these people, I would be willing to bet that the DNA of these high leverage traders is mostly comprised of the meme coin traders. The pure gamble, do not Dilligaff. Does it look like I give a fudge, right? Like that group. And they're punting their money into high leverage. Even James Wynn is back with another leverage position. Of course, it's like $60, but this guy's he's going to go drive Uber. He's going to go donate blood plasma. He's going to go, rub one out into a little pail and sell it to some pharmacy so that he can do super high leverage trades until he's and just stay perpetually bankrupt, because that's just the way it is. Every now and then he'll hit 2 or 3 and then he'll lose everything. That's this new group. The meme coin traders are now in high leverage. The problem is, before, a few years ago, when the meme coin market would get blown up or there'd be a rug pull, it wouldn't affect us. It would have zero effect on the other market. Now, that's not really the case. Now, when these guys get blown up, what they're getting blown up and liquidated out of is not meme coins. It's Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, hopefully, this perp trading stuff will become more popular to the crappier coins, where people will be swap, swing, crazy trading with high leverage. Solana, Cardano, Avalanche, all the crap tokens. Yeah. So would be safer, but we're not there yet. So okay, go on, Brandon. What do you got?
I just think that this will become kind of like the meme coins. People will get burnt so many times they'll just quit playing. But this is kind of where we're at. I mean, look at this. This is exactly, this chart shows exactly what happened last week. This is like record volume of perp trading, like by a factor of like 2.5x any other time in history, and it's been building. So this orange, I think the orange is Hyperliquid. But this is Aster that got added last week. That's in addition to all the Hyperliquid stuff. Yeah. So it didn't even take away from the Hyperliquid perp trades. It got added too. Yeah. So they did last week $466 billion in perp trade volume last week alone. So you wonder why we got blowed up last week? That's why. And this is like something that's a little bit new-ish to the market. Perp trading's not new, but the accessibility for these guys to come in here and degen without KYC and without any real training, just like the options, like you can't get approved for level 4 options like I am unless you have like a history that you can prove to E-Trade.
And this is tantamount to like level 600 options, right?
Oh yeah. This is coming in here being like, hey, I know how to open a wallet. Give me level 600 options. That's what this is. Yeah, you're exactly right. And so this is uneducated perp traders throwing everything at a gamble. And so that's why we saw the record liquidations that we saw last week. And that's why we saw this $400 billion of perp volume, because people got burnt so bad with the meme coins. On my timeline, nobody's trading meme coins. They're all, I'm 100x on Bitcoin, or I'm 100x on ETH, or whatever it is, because that's their new meme coin play. And it's more dangerous for the market as a whole, because that gets blown up really quickly and it cascades, because one starts to cascade in the other, and then it's a domino effect of, as you've seen, $2 billion proportion.
But what I think you're going to start seeing, I think the market's going to wise up to this. We're going to start reading the indicators that there's a lot of leverage in the perp market. And as that leverage increases, other people are going to back out. And that back out will cause a slower meltdown rather than this fast, precipitous, cascading liquidation type meltdown. And I think what it's going to be is the highs won't be as high and the lows won't be as low, because all of these things, they always get arbed, right? And at first you get caught off guard, and then the next time you're like, oh, I'm ready for this. I know we got 3 or 4 days coming, and then it's only 3 days long. And then, guys are going too high leverage on Ethereum. So people start backing off and being safe. And what happens is everybody front runs everybody. Mm-hmm. Everybody's always front running everybody. They're like, last time it got to here, so let's go a little earlier. Okay, that guy might go earlier. I'm going to go a little earlier than him. And pretty soon what happens? The damage is not so bad, and the opportunity is not so good. I think all of these things will get arbed out. But right now, we need to be in the mindset, I think, of looking for signals of when there's too much leverage. And when those signals appear, you need to make plans accordingly. But don't throw gambling on top of gambling, right? So when someone's like, oh man, look at all that leverage, I'm going to go leverage short. No, that's not the way to play it.
Well,
because these things are so volatile that everybody gets blown up. In like 10 or 15 minutes, it wipes out everyone, and then it just goes in one direction. Yeah. It could also wipe out everyone and go straight up. It could wipe out all the longs, wipe out all the shorts, and then just keep going up. And everybody gets nuked, and there's 6 people left with money because they're the ones that just did nothing.
Yeah, I mean, last night, nobody really talks about this, but almost $500 million got wrecked in the last 24 hours. Most of it was short. So, it's still a lot got nuked even yesterday. It's
Brandon, can you explain what a perp market is for the home gamers?
It's basically, let me give an example.
It's for perpetual future, right?
Yeah, perpetual future. Let me give an example. Let's just say you have 1 ETH worth of cashola, but you want to buy 10 ETH. You can go do that on a perp market. You put in your $4,000 and you put that up to the market and say you want to do 10x leverage. So instead of buying 1 ETH like in a regular spot trade, you'll buy 10 ETH worth of value. So you'll borrow 90% from the DEX kind of, and you'll put up your $4,000, and you'll actually end up being in a $40,000 trade. Meaning if that trade moves just 10%, you lose your $4,000 and you're liquidated. Okay. And so that's the basics of a perp market and why people like it, but it can move against you so quickly. So because if you had 1 ETH and it moved 10%, you're just down $400. But because you're 10x leverage, it moves 10%, you're down your $4,000 and you're out of the trade.
So let's add some context to that. So perp contracts are a type of futures contract, right? They're called perpetual futures, but a perp contract is a type of futures contract with no expiration date. Okay. So unlike traditional futures, which have a born on date and an exit date, right? A final expiration. You don't have to settle on any specific date. You can hold the position indefinitely if you can service it. Okay. So to keep the contract price aligned with the underlying asset like Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever, exchanges use a mechanism called the funding rate. What we used to do is we used to look at funding rates. And when funding rates got, I remember it being, when it got to 15, I think it was 15 basis points, which means 0.15%. That's implied every few hours. Depends on the exchange, but sometimes that's every 3 hours, sometimes that's every hour, sometimes that's every 8 hours. When I was doing this a few years ago, because I was trading a lot of spot Bitcoin options, not perps, but options, I would look at the perps situation. I would look at the futures market, look at the funding rates. And if those funding rates were above 0.15, I was like, oh man, people are about to get racked, because every 8 hours they were going to have to pay that fee. It was going to come out, and that counts against your leverage, right? That pushes you closer to liquidation. So exchanges use this funding rate, right? And traders on one side, long or short, pay the other side periodically, like the bookie in the middle, right? You're paying the bookie to hold the position open. So you pay the other side periodically, depending on whether the perp price is above or below the spot price. You say, okay, why would traders use it? Perps allow traders to control, obviously, much larger positions than their capital would allow through this massive, massive margin, which right now in crypto is like between 5x and 1,000x, because of assholes like CZ, who basically just lead a group of Indians and Irishmen to the casino after getting them plowed with liquor, right? Like, that's what this guy does. He really leads people to slaughter. So he is really sleazy CZ. This dude personally has bankrupted, I bet CZ has bankrupted personally more people, like ruined more people financially than anyone in history. More than Enron, more than Herbalife, more than any of these scams. I'll bet you he has contributed to, this is an interesting statistic we will never know. But anyway, so you get these leverage traders and you give them leverage they can't possibly, their brains can't fathom. Fucking no one can understand 1,000x leverage. None of you can, because we can't. We humans don't think in those terms. It didn't get us out of the jungle. It didn't help us evolve, right? Those numbers don't make sense to us. So when you think you've got control of it, you're stupid. So anyway, of course, he sleazily gives it to everyone who's spent 3 seconds in crypto. On the speculation side, traders can bet on crypto prices going up. You can go really, really long. Down, you can go really, really short without owning the actual tokens. Okay. For hedging's sake, some people that hold crypto might short the perps to offset risk if they expect a downturn. Meaning, you own a bunch of Ethereum, you think there's going to be something and Ethereum's going to go down, so you might take a short position levered against your long position, so that as the price cascades down, you would make money. But again, the more leverage you take, the less control you have of that. It's like trying to hold a whip straight out. It just doesn't work. You have to keep moving it around to get the end of it anywhere. So it's very tricky. And then on the liquidity side, perp markets are have some of the deepest liquidity, and they are the most, they're obviously the most active markets in crypto, 400 and something billion just over the last, week. So daily volume on Bitcoin and ETH perps can exceed spot market volume. So when those markets start to unwind because people got stupid, obviously that's going to have an effect in the spot market. And if it has an effect in the spot market, then when the week starts or the trading day starts, it's going to have an effect in the ETF market. That's, relative and somewhat price, matched to the spot markets. So everybody takes a beating when these guys asshole their way into losses. So the way to kind of think in your mind of the perps market is this coordinated game between speculators, hedgers, and arbitrageurs, right? Arbitrators. Arbitrageurs. I don't know which.
Arbiters.
Yeah, arbiters. Arbiters.
Yeah.
But there's like a G.
Arbiter.
There is a G in it. Anyway, so speculators are playing this zero-sum game with each other, right? If you have a winner, you have a loser. That's how these speculation trades work. There's got to be 99 James wins for every one Roger that makes it, right? Hedgers transfer risk by paying speculators to take the other side of their trade to protect them. Arbitrageurs, they act as the stabilizers, and they use the funding rates and spot perp mispricing to make profit, which also brings back markets to equilibrium at some point, especially during unwinds. So the perp market is this arena where these three groups, speculators, hedgers, people that arbitrate, or software that arbitrate, each with their own little different strategies. They all meet up and try to stick it to each other. So that's perp markets.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Easy peasy.
CZ is like a drug dealer, but
Yeah.
the difference is with drugs, at least momentarily, someone feels good. I'm not sure with leverage trading that everyone has even a momentarily good experience. The only good
Right.
experience for most people in the perps market, because again, almost everybody loses, which should be obvious. But I mean, only probably one or two people out of 100 have a good feeling about this. Like, and this is, it's a fear of hopeless. It's the hopelessness. It's the I'm too late. It's the what difference does it make culture. It's the I'm left behind culture. It's the YOLO culture. They do not care. So they're just throwing money that they expect to be lost. It's just the lottery ticket for these guys. So that's what you're playing against. You're playing, I mean, maybe we should have been happy when there was a meme coin market and these degens had a place to sit that didn't screw us over.
Yeah.
But on the other side of it, this net lower IQ is good for us, right? Every idiot you see is someone else that will hand you their money over time. All these TA guys, well, the TA guys that you read about, they don't actually trade. None of them trade. They have zero money in the market. Nothing. Why? Because TA doesn't work. So you know for a fact that if they were actually investing money, they wouldn't have any. So you know that they do not trade money. They sell little knickknacks and trading systems and all this kind of stuff. And again, logically speaking, if you were a TA guy that had magically stumbled upon the real chart, the actual golden chart, the chart that is correct, that predicts the future, would you tell anyone? You wouldn't say a goddamn thing. You would keep your mouth shut. You would trade quietly until you were a fucking trillionaire, and then you would walk off into the sunset like this. Right? There is no cheat code. There just isn't. And the cheat code is do your research, understand what your financial tools are to express your ideas about what you think the dummies in the market might do. Because more and more that's becoming the thing. The beauty pageant is becoming more and more. That's the main fundamental now. Like, what would dummies do is now the first thing you ask. Like, it's not use, utility, wide scale adoption, hoarding effect, and what would dummies do? It's what would dummies do, hoarding effect, and oh, by the way, is there any use, utility, or any meaningful adoption? Not even wide scale adoption, meaningful adoption. So we're having to evolve even our own fundamental analysis. All right, Brandon, what else we got?
The XRP stuff over the weekend. Well, this is sorry, the lack of XRP stuff.
Oh, okay, here we go.
These guys are mad. This cannot be true. I've been told for years that XRP has Swift all tied up.
Yeah.
Swift working on their own stable coin and on-chain messaging using Linea.
Damn it.
What?
Well, wait.
I thought this was XRP.
Wait, what's Linea, Brandon?
Oh boy, what's Linea? Who knows?
Isn't Linea a layer 2?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Don't they consolidate and post transactions back to Ethereum's mainnet?
Yep, they sure do.
Oh, that's
what do you
weird.
know?
That is weird.
As it turns out, you really don't need XRP, do you?
Ah, shit.
You know what? That's the failure for launching for one single use case and failing at that use case. It's like, I mean, we're hyper focused on this. Oh, we failed. Oh, shoot.
I mean, but you know what? They do. All the XR, I guarantee you, the XRP community is going to look at this and they're going to say, they're just testing you. They're trying to shake you out of your tokens. Dude, hold strong. Don't let this is FUD, Brandon. FUD.
This is FUD.
Linea doesn't even exist. It's made up. It's FUD.
Yeah, it's FUD, all right. That's for sure.
No,
the other thing,
John, it's not a base layer 2. Base is a layer 2. It's not a layer 2 on base.
Yeah.
It's just a layer 2.
So the other thing that happened this weekend,
go on.
This is a big one. Vanguard finally considering crypto ETF trading for its customers.
Well, remember we talked about this Friday, right?
Did we? Okay. Yeah, I didn't think we did. Okay.
Remember, because in the beginning it was the Van Dickening. They told all of their clients we won't let you invest in, not only won't we let you invest, we won't even let you invest in other ETFs.
I have the timeline for that.
Ooh.
So this is when they told customers, no, this is too dangerous. Was right when IBIT was trading at $27 per share. 27. And now that it's up to 62, they're like, you know what? Go for it.
Yeah. We've decided you're allowed to you're allowed to.
After guess who probably bought this whole way up?
Vanguard. I'll tell you on this one, I don't think they did. I don't think Vanguard, I don't think they participated.
You think they're so retarded?
Yes.
That they didn't buy.
Yes.
The most appreciating asset.
I'll tell you why. When you heard them, they were so freaking smug when they said, we're not going to allow you to buy Bitcoin, Ethereum. We don't think you have the, the financial sophistication to understand the asset class. That's basically what they said. Remember that guy got up there, their CEO? You can probably look it up. Vanguard says no to crypto. There's articles all over the place. In the way the snide, prideful, douchey way they said, you're not smart enough. You're not educated enough. Oh wait, so I'm educated enough to give you my money. You would say I'm smart because I gave Vanguard my money, but I'm stupid because I gave Vanguard my money. Like, which is it? Am I smart for riding with you, or am I dumb because I'm too dumb to do anything different? Therefore, I must ride with Vanguard.
Yeah.
I think some people were the whole way up at Vanguard were saying, this is a mistake, dude. This is a mistake. This is a mistake. And you had a couple of old school, old kind of these Jerome Powell-esque type douchebags that were like, no, trust me. I don't care about the facts. I know that I'm right. You'll see. And then there's a point where the price is so high. Like when Bitcoin has doubled, when IBIT has doubled, then those guys in the office are like, dude, you got 30 days for your theory to be right or you're fucking fired. And then these guys are like, I'm changing my mind about this Bitcoin thing. I don't know. They might have some legs. I guarantee you, there was some careers put at risk over this last 12 months. I'll bet you some people went away. Some people were put on the shelf. I don't think they invested. I don't think they participated at all.
Do you think? That's crazy to believe.
They're not like Jamie Dimon, right? They won't tell you one thing and immediately lie and do the opposite. These guys are so prideful and smug, right? Their tweed suits, their itchy wool pants, their black and white textbooks on economics and investing principles, from the late 1800s. That's how Granddad did it, and that's how I'll do it. All right, well, Granddad's in the ground, so I don't know what to tell you. But I bet they didn't participate at all, and I bet they are effing embarrassed. And I also bet they had a bunch of customer service complaints. People basically saying, I'm pulling my money if I can't buy IBIT. I'm pulling my money if I can't participate in crypto. Who the fuck are you to tell me what I can and can't invest in? Well, we're Vanguard, sir. We're Vanguard. You're fired. Give me my shit. Especially, and you know what the nail in the coffin was? I think it was when Goldman, Merrill, let's see, that goes through Merrill. Wait, who owns E-Trade? Merrill, right?
No. Morgan Stanley.
Okay, so you got JP Morgan, you got Morgan Stanley, you got Bank of America, you got Charles Schwab, you got Merrill Lynch. They all say 2026, we're going to just straight up allow people to buy crypto. We're not even going to make you buy an ETF. You will be able to buy Bitcoin and Ethereum. and then there was a board meeting at Vanguard, and somebody just stood up and said enough is enough. Like, you guys were wrong. You guys were embarrassingly wrong. You guys can either get out of the way, reframe your argument, or clear out your fucking office. Like, I think it was like that dire. I bet you they had clients like leaving the ship like the Titanic.
Well, this is interesting because I know this firsthand, because back when Bitcoin was 25 grand, I know somebody at the gym. I was talking to him. He's like, I'm with Vanguard. I'm like, oh, Bitcoin's pretty good. You know, you might want to look into it. He's like, they won't even let me invest in it. So I don't think it's very safe. Like, literally, those are the words out of his mouth. Anyway, this February, no, what was it? March, April. It was right after the tariff thing got all fixed out. Bitcoin's back over 115. He's like, you know what? I think I might have you talk to me about that Bitcoin stuff again. I'm like, dude, no. Yeah. It's like, it's not going to happen.
That ship is sailed.
Like, literally, he was listening to Vanguard over me.
Well, now look, that I get, because
some dude at the gym, Bitcoin's gonna do awesome.
The guy at the gym says your $8 trillion company's full of shit. Guy at the gym was right, but still, generally speaking, you know, you just don't trust the guy at the gym. It's cool. I mean, do you wear those headphones or AirPods? No,
I wear AirPods. They're smaller. You can't see them at the gym.
Well, if you wear AirPods, then he should have listened to you.
Well, they're not AirPods, obviously, because they're not Apple garbage. They're actually black and they're Samsung. So they shouldn't trust me again. Because the AirPods, yeah, you trust those guys because they're douchey tech guys,
because they make good decisions, yeah.
Yes. All the douchey tech guys at the gym with AirPods. Hold on a second. What? I was listening to my TED talk.
They just have to toggle the adaptive. I have adaptive where if someone talks to me, it shuts off noise cancellation.
Yeah, it should.
And if someone talks to me that I don't want to talk to, I just go, got noise cancellation.
Sorry, what? Yeah. What were you saying? Sorry, what?
I even do this. I can't talk right now. I can't hear you.
Good. That's good.
Yeah, and no one knows sign language, so they're like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah. Let's see. What else do we got before the wall? The other stuff I have after the wall.
Straw man argument. I strong man the shit out of that. Don't hate. Don't be a hater. That's a cool dog, but don't be a hater.
FTX is gonna go ahead and distribute another 1.6 billion tomorrow. It looks like.
Ooh.
This was amounted to nothing. Anyway, I just thought I'd mention it. Let's go behind the wall.
Do you think anybody punts back in?
No, I'm trading off of this advice, right? I'm trading off this announcement. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's so 1.6 billion is so small now with leverage and perks and all that.
Weird? Isn't it weird that that's nothing?
Oh, it's literally nothing now. I mean, you look at the leverage trade alone. I mean, look at these numbers. This is 466 billion. 1.6 billion is nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, it's not even enough to be not even enough. It doesn't even qualify as nothing. It's not even nothing.
It's not even worth. You shouldn't even talk about it on your Monday digital investor stream. That's how small it is.
Dang it. Okay. I guess we should go behind the wall and we will more nitty gritty. I'm curious to see how people, I know we'll never get an honest answer, but how people reacted last week. Last week was a good test. I got lots of phone calls. I got lots of panicky people. Last week was a good week for seeing where you're at. Like, is this market for you? If you had a hard time last week, I'll be honest right now. If you had a difficult time last week, sell all your shit, get the fuck out of this market. Because if you've been around crypto long enough, you'll know that sometimes it's not just a week. Sometimes it's like 7 months like that. And I'm not sure everybody here, some of you are, but I'm not sure everybody here is prepared for something like that. And if you're not prepared for 35 times what we experienced last week, sell your shit and get the fuck out of this market. I'm doing you a solid. There. That was my public service announcement. Also, don't give your private keys, passphrase, Don't do screen shares.
Jeez.
Don't let any of these idiots get a hold of your stuff. Dude, I get like 5 a day, these text messages. Your Coinbase withdrawal code is 666. If you didn't do this withdrawal, call this number. I just text back, fuck you, and then I delete, and I do the spam one where you go delete and what is it? Delete and label as spam or whatever. Boop. And then the other one was like, Lisa, are you ready to go out to play golf? Okay, I don't know what Indian call center you're in. I don't know if you're in Bangladesh or New Delhi, but go fuck yourself. Delete and report spam.
Hey, can I do like just one mini?
Do whatever you want.
mini rant?
Yes. Yes.
Here's the thing. So the NFT Node Market NFT drop, right? So we do the distributions the 25th. I put that in there. So the way that you have to do that, there's literally almost every single NFT, there's a line of code, and then you have to add that to all the other lines of codes over the last 14 months. So I have to go and add that every time we do a distribution. It's a full-on spreadsheet. There's 4,956 lines, and every one is dependent on the line before it. I missed a 0 in one of the lines, so it threw a calculation off. It's not a big deal. I launched that on the Merkle tree on the 25th, which was last Thursday. Anyway, I got a few emails over the weekend, which is great, saying, oh, my claim's off. I'm like, okay, cool. But one guy emailed me 4 times on Sunday because I didn't respond to his first email, second email, third email. He emailed me 4 times on the Sabbath. I'm just saying, just give me a little break on Sunday. I'll respond to you. I'm sorry. I'll get back with you as soon as I can. You don't have to ramrod me with emails. Anyway, I got it fixed. It's already fixed, so you should be able to go and claim your thing fully now. I fixed it already because it's Monday. Just give me a little bit of a break. I do have a family. I am living a life.
Wait. What?
What?
You don't have to say who it was, but just who would it rhyme with?
Their name?
Yeah, just a name that it would rhyme with.
Mycon. Well, that's what's their name on Discord. I could look up their real name. It's like, I don't know. I'm just saying, just give it a minute. You know, one email's fine. You don't have to do a Discord message, an email, and then a public Discord message. You don't have to go ahead and go, hey, you haven't responded to my email and my text. Like, okay, it's still Sunday. You did all that like 2 hours ago. Obviously, I saw it, and I just don't want to respond because it's the Sunday. I don't know. Just think about, like, I understand we're an internet thing and we're 24/7 or whatever, but just like,
how many NFTs does this person have?
They have some, like 30. That's pretty good. So
yeah,
I get it.
Sell them. I get
it.
Sell them.
I get it. I mean, I get it. I'm just I'm fine. I just say, you know, give me whatever. I'm just saying. Anyway, let's move it on. Let's go behind the wall.
Sell them to someone else. You don't have the dexterity to own these items. Period. You can't rage email like.
Well, just understand, it's like literally Sunday, man. Whatever. I work most days, most weekends. I'll respond and everything. Just give me give me some time. Like, I'm pretty responsive.
If you're not a private client and you email me, if you're not a private client and you email me, you're just not going to respond.
Yeah.
I'm playing VR, man. Be honest with me. I'll be honest with you. I'm playing VR, and it's just not that important. I got people to slay. I got people to cuss out. They're not going to cuss themselves out.
True.
Anyway, you know what I mean? They're just not gonna.
Sorry, we're good. We go behind the wall. We talk about some stuff. I got some good info.
Ooh.
Good infos.
Going back. We get back behind that wall, though. Wait. Bam. Bam. Pow. Bam. And...
Going behind the proverbial wall now to continue the broadcast privately for the digital investors and digital private clients. If you'd like to join us, simply go to nickblacknext.com and subscribe to one of our plans and immediately take advantage of our library of tools, tactics, and information. It's all designed to help you learn, grow, and manage your portfolio like a pro. Join us now.